sitting next to me, in case you hadn't noticed, you might possibly have noticed, is this instrument. This is a piano, for those who don't know. You do know. Anyway, being daft. Okay, this is an 1878, but that's as best as we can track its import details. It's an 1878 Erberhardt upright piano built in Berlin. That's right, at the time of recording, which is 2014, this instrument is 136 years old. And I've always wanted a piano, but we've never had a place to put one until now. Sorry about the camera angle, but due to the size of the instrument and the size of the room, this is the furthest back I can get the camera to get it in without sticking some stuff up the back there. So it's been sitting around. We got it for price of delivery. It's been sitting in a company's warehouse for years apparently, and as you'll see in a bit, they didn't exactly treat it with any sort of reverence or anything. So it does have a few issues, but it does play. It does play fine. It does need a tune-up, but it basically works and it's playable at the moment. But we will be doing a lot of work on it to get it up to standard. But things like the keys need cleaning, the whole thing needs balancing, the keys need straightening, twisting slightly, some of them just slightly out, it's just old. And it needs a tune-up. We need to do some work on the bridle straps, and a general clean-up in there and here because it's filthy. And we need to look at some work on the cabinet. That's some of the reason why we're doing this video, because it's for research, so that people who have been interested in this piano since we said we're getting it can look at the problems and we can discuss them in more detail, how to do the work, because I'm not an expert. I'm learning every step of the way, and I've learned a lot over the last few days already. So what I'm going to do is take you for a tour of the piano. We'll look at the externals first, and then we'll take her apart and look at the mechanisms, the good sides, the bad sides, what needs doing, what doesn't need doing. Oh, that's a bad position. Oh dear. So as you can hear, it does basically work. Soundboard and everything is fine. So I'm going to bring you in and we'll start to have a look at her. So I'll have a swig of tea. Oh. And I'll come over here and grab you lot and we'll go for a walk around it. So, excuse any noise, but here we go. So, here she is in her full size. I'll just change the screen over. In her full size and glory. The cabinet itself, this bit is lovely. A few marks, but nothing major. Some bashing at the front here. So, this all needs basically cleaning off here, hopefully. And what we intend to do with this is beeswax it, just protect it and spray it. These, no major issues, we'll keep these as they are. Same with the lower panel here, which you probably can't see, and the upper panel here. They are in no good old condition, just need beeswaxing and cleaning. Where we do have issues is on the top. We've got T-rings over here, and over here we've got a crack. Don't think there's much we can do with that, but if anybody does know, please let me know. And the phone's ringing, so I'll be right back. Right, phone call for life, so let's continue. Yes, a bit of a split in the laminate there, and the other disaster area is at the top of the keyboard, which the warehouse I've been using for coffee. So we're going to have to find a way to get this back. I imagine this is going to involve, I believe there's sort of wax crayons you can use to restore the colour, and then bees wax over it to protect it. We shall investigate that and see what happens. Whilst our wifey was on the phone, I actually brassoed very carefully to avoid damaging the wood a bit of this hinge, and you can actually see back to brass underneath. Nice. Which reminds me, pedals. Okay, this one's got a bit of a mark on it. What's happened there? I don't know. But yes, 2 pedals, both work. I'll see them working in a moment. And they're all fine. As you can see, there's an incredible amount of dust on this, so gotta get a brush and do this with brush and the inside a brush and hoover. So what we'll do now, I'll take the top off, take the front off, take the lower board off, and we'll show you inside. Right, so I suspect many people on my channel looks better like that with that. See, still see. Oh, while we're here, before we go on to that, let's have a look at the keys, shall we? Now the keys are ivory, which on a machine of this age is legal. You'll have difficulty exporting a machine like this because you have to prove its age because of the ivory on the keys. Ivory you can give away, you can get fake versions, but at this age it is likely to be ivory, but you can tell ivory, so these have got to be clean still. There's a very fine line there where the front of the keys put on the actual ivory part. I'm not sure if the backs are ivory, please let me know. It's also yellowed. Apparently that can be, a professional can bleach them to get them back. Myself, I can apparently use toothpaste with a cloth dampened in full fat milk to get them back a little bit, but that process is never going to restore it fully. And it's got the chipping that you get on ivory here, and it's from the right period for ivory. So we've got ivory white and ebony black keys, so you've got to be careful when cleaning around this, because this ivory just absorbs moisture, so you've got to use dry cloths and be very, very careful. But all keys are present, all in a relatively good position. Some of them, well, actually saying it, rotation on them appears to be fine. A few spacing issues, so I'll have to be operating on the pins there, and I think that mostly the heights are quite good. There's one out there, so we're going to have to get the felts sorted and do the heighting on that. But anyway, in the meantime, let's get this all off and have a look at the guts of the machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this real time for people who have not seen this process before, which before I got this, to be honest, I've never seen. Never mind doing. So let's get in. Just lift the top. Inside, you can't see this here, but there's 2 clips. Just rotate them. And when we're looking inside, folding out here, very good design, there's a music stand. Cool. 2 pins are missing, but if you fold your music back, it sits nicely, it's no problem. So, we can now lift off the front panel. Oh, I always forget about that, because I'm an idiot. Make sure they are clear. Lift off the front panel. That comes away. A little bit of an argument, not too much. Let's get stuff out of the way. Over here. So pianos are very easy to get into the guts of, and now see the heart of the machine. But we're not going to stop there. We are going to take the top panel off. And they just slide up. And we can take the strip off here. Once again, it's just a case of sliding up to reveal the entire mechanism. Alright. Right. So, let's have a look in here. Right, we're now into the heart of the machine. and just show you, I've been doing a little bit of cleaning here, just to get the colour back, just to experiment. Got the strings running down the back. My plan is to get, for now, until we get the felts and stuff to redo the keys, my plan is to, this part here, which contains the action, the hammers and stuff, I'm going to take this off because this comes off just 3 bolts, and then it just lifts out. It is heavy, obviously, but that will lift out, and that will allow me to A, clean the strings, which I'm just going to do with like a Scotch-Brite Brillo pad, just gently. I did make a mistake, and somebody told me to use Brasso on them, but I've since been advised not to use Brasso because it can clog up the strings, so I've ceased doing that, and we're going to take this mechanism away, which will reveal the strings, and just use a very soft, well, use a pad but very softly. The pins themselves, they just need a wipe over very gently with a pad so you don't disturb them. I'm not sure if this is brass itself here, it could be, but we'll look at cleaning that up. I do like a clean machine, so I'm going to be doing this. The hammers, as you can see, they're quite filthy, so they are going to be just dusted with, once they're out, they'll be dusted off with a brush. But the thing that's important with pianos is not to get moisture in, so you can't use water on the hammers themselves. Want to see the action? And there you go. For the non-piano people who are wondering, down here on the bass you've got, yeah, that doesn't quite work right, the strings here. You've got 1 string. In the midsection you've got 2. Well, this section here you got 2. 2 strings, and up here you got 3. That is because these strings are shorter, and it's to keep the volume equal. Mechanisms themselves here are here. A few issues here. We've got some keys like down here where it's not returning. You can see the actual mechanism there. It's not returning, so I've got to see to that. Quite a few of the low ones in the first octave are doing that. Hang on. Right, that was my alarm clock going off. I'm up a bit earlier than I planned, so it went off. Okay, yeah, where were we? Yeah. So, got an issue with the hammer out of position here. We did have a stuck key, but I managed to just push the hammer back into position. A big job that needs doing once these are out. These little straps here are made of leather, and they are called bridle straps. And they help to pull the hammer back when the key comes back. Something like that. But some of them have failed. They are 135 years old, and some have failed, so I've got to replace them. It's not an expensive job, it's just a bit time consuming, but we will, so the machine can still be played, we will start at the left hand side and start working on the keys and do it slow time. But these will, all 88 of them will be replaced. Go here. And we're going to get all these keys off and do the clean all the board underneath, clean the felt. One of the first jobs we're going to do is take off this mechanism, take all the keys off, clean in here, clean back there, get the whole thing shiny. Which reminds me, I'm going to take off the low board and show you the low part of the piano. So, put you back on your stand over there, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-da! Push it down a bit. And get off this low panel. Push up. Sounds more painful than it is. And pull. Whew. It smells of old down here. It smells of iron dusting. So, yeah, let's go for a tour down there, shall we? rotate the screen and pull out. Okay. Welcome to the underworld, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the bass part of the panel, and bass part of the piano, and you can see the brake and accelerator here. So there's the brake, and there's the accelerator. If I show you upstairs, and I press the brake, pulls all the hammers forward and gives you a different sound. When I press the accelerator, you can't see here, but there are some more pads up front. I forgot the name right now, called mutes or something, and they mute the string as you take your key. As you take your finger off the key, they mute the string. If I press that paddle, those are no longer there, so you can keep ringing and ringing and ringing. It's called sustain. You can see on this side there, where the pedals that operate the action. There's one at the back you can't see from here. But yes, all the woodwork in the frame is quite grotty looking. It's not rot or anything, it's just staining from old age and dirt. The mechanisms are pretty much the same. There we go. There's the hammers moving. Now the one thing I will not be touching on this is, you can see the iron frame here, just covered in grot and yuck. I will not be touching these strings to adjust them. I've seen how you can tune this up, but because of its age, we are going to leave that to a professional to do. We have measured its tuning, and it is out of tune by a semitone. But the good news is it's out of tune with it's in tune with itself, which basically means that the whole machine is a semitone out. If I had like the C was a semitone out, and then the D was several notes out, and then the E wasn't out, that would be signs of problems with the frame, because the stresses are causing it to warp. But if it's constantly out, that's just due to time and temperature, and there's not an issue with the frame, so that is a good sign. And I can see under here that under the keys, it is filthy. So if you're interested, we're going to do this slow time, but if you're interested, I shall make a series of videos showing you the different phases as we go, and this will be something completely different on the channel. We're going to clean the felts as well. That involves a brush and a hoover. Very gentle work there, and generally bring her back up to standard, hopefully. Take this opportunity to thank all those, you know who you are, who've been talking to me about this instrument. There's a few people who are interested in this kind of thing, and quite excited to watch the process of this being reborn like a phoenix. Rise like a phoenix. So anyway, so you're not going to get a tune out of me for now because I need more practice. But there you go, my latest project. So thank you all. There you are. Very much.
You need to quit being dirty. You're a dirty boy.